Bees are very active today. Just going to check on the hive. Put a couple supers on the hive. A couple honey supers. Did that about a month ago before we left for our vacation. Actually haven't checked in on the bees since we left for our vacation. So it's time to look in on them and see how they're doing. Things are looking pretty good up here. It's a lot of activity. Looks like the honey has been capped in the supers. I'm going to check on that in just a second. Things are looking pretty good. I might need to add another super, which would be great. There's a bit more activity up top here now that I've been messing around with it. A lot of bees have come up to see what's going on. So this is what we like to see as beekeepers. This is a frame from one of the honey supers full of honey. Bees have stored honey in here in the frame, in the combs, and then capped it off. Got a bit of a rip in the cappings. Bees are all sort of scrounging to get all that honey up, store it somewhere else. Okay, we've got even more activity here. I've removed the top super. So this is the top of the second one. And not only is this closer to the center of the hive, but in order to get those two supers apart, I had to break some comb that had honey in it. So they're sort of all scurrying to get that honey, save that honey. So a little bit wider view of things right now. There's that second honey super that I was talking about. First one I stashed over there, just for the time being. So I'm going to get this one off, and then I'm going to put on that empty super, and then underneath the smoker and everything there is a queen excluder. Actually, it's just an excluder, so it's not just a queen excluder, but it's going to try and make all the bees go down and not come back up. So that's the plan. There's still a fairly decent amount of brood down in the hive, which is good to see. It means the bees are still pretty healthy. The hive colony is still pretty healthy. Queen's still laying eggs. Several frames like this. Although bees aren't very happy with me right now. I'll show you why. Got their hive pretty much taken apart. think I'll put it back together now. Well, here's the empty super on top. That darker bar you see there is a queen excluder. So the empty super on top. And I'm going to put the two other supers on top of that. You can see that the bees have already started taking to it. So I'll put the other two on top with the bee excluder and see how that works. This thing's going to be pretty tall when we're all done. Alright, well, there's the bee excluder, and here's one of the full supers. I decided I'm not going to put both supers on. The other one, while I've had it sitting over in another part of the yard, has pretty much emptied out, so I'll get the remaining bees out of there and close this up. This is kind of an interesting thing. The bees are on air conditioning duty, or some of them are on air conditioning duty. They're standing with their faces to the hive entrance and fanning their wings. If enough of them do this, they can draw a significant amount of hot air out of the hive. And it is a crowded hive right now. I had just had it open to do a few things, so let a little bit more hot air in. So they're pretty warm right now. Definitely interested in drawing some of that hot air out. I don't know how well you can hear them in the camera, but they're pretty loud when they do this. Kind of a cool thing. They definitely know how to take care of themselves. So I don't know if this is actually going to come out or not, but this is a close-up of a full frame of honey, full of honey, capped off, looking at it through the sunlight. Liquid gold.